So welcome to a very special edition of the Bachelor South Africa Pyjama Afterparty. We just say hi to all the ladies. Silke, hello.
Hi.
Daniella.
Hey.
Hey, Qiniso.
What's up?
And Stefanie.
Hi.
So now it's been a couple of months since we finished recording the Bachelor South Africa. How is everyone doing? Silke, let's start with you. How are you?
I mean, apart from being locked down, things are very good. I'm with my family, my boyfriend, my dogs. So yeah, I'm very happy.
Sorry, just whoa. Back up. Your what?
Boyfriend.
Right. So you have found love since the show.
Yeah,
When and how did this happen?
Actually at a New Year's party. Yeah, we've known each other for a long time, but then I know it was the best way to start there. Yeah, and then we met up, and then we've been hanging out ever since, and now we locked down together. So that's been cool.
Wow, congratulations. So clearly you're happy, you're smiling, and you're full of life.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Daniella, what's happening in your life at the moment?
Well, I'm not locked down with anybody. But life is good. I'm happy, just carrying on, busy with my business and spending time with my family. Well, not now in lockdown. It's been a lot of video calls since lockdown happened, but I've been good.
Qiniso, how you been keeping?
Yeah, Jason, kunzima. Lockdown is quite a situation. Yeah, and I'm also in lockdown by myself, so it's been an interesting time trying to contain these bubbles in four walls.
That's the thing. Like, what do you do if you're in lockdown by yourself? Like, what do you do to keep yourself amused?
Sure. Wow. I won't lie. The first week I was like, what do I do? Because I'm so used to being outside and like going for runs and hiking. But I've actually been talking to my mom even more than before and connecting with old friends.
See, there's no more excuses. It's like people know exactly where you are, and that's it. You can't get away from it. You know? You know. And Stefanie, how have you been keeping?
I've been great, thank you. I've also been in lockdown with my boyfriend for the last month and a bit.
You've also got a boyfriend now.
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
How and when did this happen?
Help us out.
So I feel like as I left The Bachelor, everything fell into place almost immediately. I think also being on The Bachelor made me realize that I did still have feelings for someone else. And that's when I also knew I didn't really want to be on the show anymore. And yeah, when I got back home, things worked out.
So then, Steph, so basically what you're saying is that the boyfriend that you're seeing now is perhaps one of the reasons why you were looking at rejecting the rose during the show.
Yes, definitely. I think going into the second or the third week in the house, I just knew Mark wasn't for me, and I started thinking about this other person, and it was really getting to me, and it was extremely difficult being in the house, and I knew it wouldn't be right for me to be there anymore. And I'm really happy that I left when I did, because I don't think my boyfriend and I would be together if I hadn't left at that time.
Two ladies in the house tonight who have found love, which is great. Qiniso and Daniella, you two seem to be the only ones out at the moment. Is anybody on the horizon perhaps for either of you? Daniella?
I'm still looking for my Prince Charming. I haven't found my best friend and the guy I want to be together with forever. But I know he's out there. I'm patient. It'll come.
And Qiniso, anybody for you there?
I'm single right now, and that's what I want to be.
Good. Well, let's jump straight into the show. And we'll take you back to when you were in the Bachelor Mansion. Silke,
gosh.
any experiences or any thoughts of what it was like being on The Bachelor Season 2?
So many. I think emotional is the biggest word probably that I would use to describe the journey. Because looking back at it now, like I personally, and I'm sure the other girls feel the same, I feel very differently to like so many issues. You know, in the house, things were like huge and it was like the biggest thing at the moment and it was emotional, and now it's like, oh, okay, that probably shouldn't have happened, or we probably could have dealt with that better, or, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, it was emotional.
And the idea of you getting the very first impression rose of Bachelor Season 2. How did that fit with you and for everyone else watching that you know?
Yeah, look, getting the first impression rose was really exciting. Obviously, I didn't expect it. Coming into the house with 22 other beautiful women, like, what were my chances? So it was exciting, and I know I mentioned it on the show as well. Like, my mom was very proud because she's an avid Bachelor supporter. So when I got the first impression rose, she was really excited. So yeah, I'm glad I made her proud.
What are your thoughts on the divide between you and some of the ladies, and the fact that some of you may have seen you as a bully to Qiniso?
Yeah, look, that's one of those things. Like, when I was in the house, it was this big thing, and I was emotional, and I felt like I had to have my friends' backs, and it was this big deal. But now coming out of it, it's like, oh, it probably didn't have to be that way. And yeah, I think with regards to Qiniso as well, like the drama that happened with us, it was weird. I think it started because of the room divide, and then it got to a place where I didn't actually even know what the animosity between us even was, to be honest with you. And now in retrospect, looking back, I think if we had maybe not even met inside the house, it would be completely different, because I have no reason not to like her as a person. So
I mean, this is a lot of information to process. I'm just like, whoa. It's a very stressful situation that we put ourselves in, and we are under stress. We want to get our time with Mark. We want to also protect ourselves from each other. So it's a very stressful environment, and we acted the way we acted in response to a situation that was in front of us. And looking back, I have no bad feelings towards anyone, really.
Silke, just back to you for a moment. It wasn't in the edit, but you wrote a long letter to Mark. What was that about?
So, I wrote a letter to Mark the morning of the cocktail party and rose ceremony, because I had already made my decision that I was leaving then. And basically what I did was I wrote the letter to him because I knew at the rose ceremony I wasn't going to have sufficient time to really explain to him why I wanted to leave. And so I thought a letter was the best way to do it. And basically in the letter I just said to him, good luck, I wish you well, I think you're great, I think we're better as friends. And I said that, if you come out of this with a fiance or a wife, let's all go for a hike together, let's hang out, we have similar interests, but it's just not a love one.
Qiniso, do you think you were more vulnerable by giving more of yourself to Mark, should I say? I mean, after all, you were the first lady that he kissed.
Sure, I was the first lady that kissed Mark. I truly feel like after our Durban date, we didn't get a lot of time. I mean, time is a serious commodity in that mansion. If you don't have time on your side, then you don't really get a chance to show Mark who you are, and you end up really just showing the women in the house who you are and coming to love them and having relationships with them. I also didn't feel like I had a space that was safe enough for me with Mark to be able to share my vulnerability. He did say to me at some point that he could only be vulnerable with me if I was vulnerable with him, and that's not the kind of relationship that I want. I want a relationship where it's not tit for tat, where things come out and evolve and get shared naturally and organically, and constantly having my character questioned, my authenticity questioned. Now I'm being vulnerable, now my vulnerability is questioned. I was just like,
Qiniso, you're talking about your authenticity, and I know that was questioned a lot from the public as well. Is what we saw on The Bachelor really Qiniso?
I mean, Jason, there's no hiding in that mansion. As much as there are frustrating situations where you might react in ways that you don't want to, in terms of who you are and the person that you are, there's no way to hide that. The cameras are rolling 24/7, as you know. Audio is on all the time. So I can definitely plainly say that Qiniso that everybody met is the exact same Qiniso that everybody knows.
If the cameras really were rolling 24/7, they would have picked up that you are, some might say an exhibitionist, in that you were quite happy just to, walk around naked.
I have no idea what we're talking about. Exhibitionist also, I'm just like, damn, Jason. Wow. Well, basically in our room, I mean, walking from the bathroom to my clothes, like, I'm not afraid to be naked. I mean...
Now, Daniella, over to you. Now, clearly you can see Qiniso is quite confident about who she is. Did you find that your confidence grew by being on the show?
I mean, you all saw on TV, I really genuinely thought I wasn't getting a rose the first night. And it was because I'm staring at all these amazing women. Like, every single one of them were beautiful. Every single one of them are smart. Every single one of them just look amazing. And I truly felt like, oh my gosh, I'm going home. Like, I can't compete with these women. They're so beautiful and amazing. And leaving the house, my confidence is more like, yes, I do deserve things. I am smart enough. I am beautiful enough. My skin is amazing enough. My body is perfect. And I don't need validation from people anymore. So that was something that the mansion really taught me.
Thank you, Daniella. Thanks a lot. And on that note, Silke, Steph, Daniella, Qiniso, it has been amazing watching you on this season of The Bachelor. Thank you so much for everything that you've done. So good to chat to you again. And Silke, Steph, good luck in your relationships.
Thank you.
And
Thank
to
you.
Daniella and Qiniso, good luck in finding relationships.